we want to thank everyone for the text messages, the emails, and the phone calls that we have been receiving and asking a lot of questions about what is Upscale Love for you. And I'm here to tell you, we are changing the game right now. The way we're doing things and the impact that we are making on people and the people that are calling in and checking in with us, we are really changing the game. But Upscale Love for you is formatted to entertain, educate, and facilitate self-help, self-love, and everything you want or wish to know about love, relationships, dating, marriage, etc. Upscale Love for you, it often uncovers hot topics and sensitive issues from tales of singledom to parenting struggles and everything in between. So whether you are actively seeking direction or looking for ways to pass the time or just looking for a good conversation, Upscale Love for you is here. And now with that being said, I would like to introduce to you the people that has made this possible, that has created this format, the one, the only, the lovely, the vivacious, the outstanding, the sassy, the magnanimous, the delicious Dr. Fabulous Miss Barrett Bacon. Come on and talk to us.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I am your host, Dr. Fabulous, all the way from the 305, but I reside in the 912. And I'm saying hello to everyone. And I'm so glad you all were able to join us tonight. And tonight, I'm celebrating my Alpha Kappa Alpha sisters because our founding day will be on this coming Saturday, the 15th. Hey, welcome.
All right. And next we're going to introduce Dr. Feelgood, my brother from another mother. Dr. Feelgood, come on and talk to us.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Dr. Feelgood, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, driving like a Rolls Royce. Hey, I welcome everyone who's here. You know, as you know, January 5th, 1911 was the Founders Day of Kappa Alpha Psi, Phi Nu Pi. So nice they named us twice. The 13th today is for all the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta. So if you're a Delta, raise your hand and say, yo.
And if you're AKA, you say,
that too. I was going to say, after Kappa always. Zeta Phi Beta, or ladies Zeta Phi Beta, I want to say hi because Sunday is your day. And I take care of all the January babies. So y'all sit in, relax, and let the good people of Upscale Love for you, the triple threat, make your evening. Back to you, First Cuz.
All right, and I am your host, your favorite first cousin, Baba G, coming to you live from Jacksonville, Florida. And to everyone that has come on, we really want to thank you for taking time out to spend your afternoon with us, your evening with us, and have a wonderful conversation and tantalizing talk. First, I would ask that if you take a look into your chat box, you'll find our email address. That's upscalelove, the number 4, the letter U @gmail.com. That's upscalelove4you@gmail.com. We're asking that you please, at some point in time, if not tonight, at some point in time between now and next Thursday, send us an email. Let us know what you think about the show. If there's a particular topic that you want to discuss, maybe something that you're going through, maybe something that you heard a friend is going through, hey, send us an email. Let's bring it on the discussion table. We can have a conversation about it. Also, we're asking that when we start asking the questions, if you want to respond, we're asking that you kindly just raise your hand so we can call on you. Okay, raise your hand so we can acknowledge you and we can call on you. That way we don't want to single anyone out. Okay, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get the show started. The topic of the day is interracial relationships. Interracial relationships. What's going on with the swirl? Black, white, black, Filipino, white, black, Puerto Rican, Latino. We're going to talk about it all. What are some of the stereotypes that you've heard about interracial relationships? Come on, Dr. Fabulous, talk to me.
Okay, everyone. You know, they say it's okay, it's down when you down with the swirl. I can't rightfully say that I've experienced that yet, but I know God is able. But anyway, I'm just, it is what it is. And I do believe without a shadow of a doubt, I believe that love has no color whatsoever. I believe that if a person loves you, man, it's nothing like true love, real love. And if that's what you like, and if that's what you are into, by all means, feel free to express yourself with the swirl, with a little vanilla, a little chocolate, a little butter pecan, however you want to fix your swirl up, let it be. And that's all I got to say about it.
That's all you got to say?
That's all I got to say.
All right. You don't want to incriminate yourself, though. Okay, so we're just going to keep it at that. We're going to
keep Keep it like that.
Well, how about black and blacker, like light skin? Because you kind of like on the lighter side, and then you got old dark brother like I saw a picture of brother JJ. He's kind of dark. Is that considered interracial?
No, interracial is, a different race.
I know.
I know you playing with me. I got you. But no,
All right.
as I said, the swirl thing, if you like it, I love it.
Okay, all right. Dr. Feelgood, come on and talk to me.
Hey,
What's some of the stereotypes? Some of the stereotypes on interracial relationships.
If you love people, you're gonna love them regardless of whether they black, white, yellow, green. The problem comes, the stereotype comes because people don't want to take the time to know people. Individuals fall in love. Races just deal with each other. But if overall, intra-racial harmony is between 85 and 95%. So people stay with who they look like. However, that's not a love makes all, because people find other people attractive because they're looking on the inside. And that's the important thing. Look at what's on the inside. I know the outside, I know all this chocolatey goodness is good, but you have to look on the inside, because if you're not looking, you'll miss what's for you. And that's kind of what we need to remember, is that you have to have what's for you. And it doesn't always look like you.
Right.
It might not speak like you, but you got to understand the challenges that go with that. 1967, Loving versus State of Virginia. Before that, interracial marriage was a crime, punishable by jail time. So they tried to legislate love. Love overcame all. And now we're reaping the benefits of being able to love who you want to love. Now, I know some of us are not into the alphabet community, for lack of a better term, but it's the same thing. If you're a white woman and you marry a black woman, or a white man marrying a black man, or whatever, if you love that person, that's your house. Your house, your business, because you're the one that's got to deal with that person, your person on the other end. That's all I got. First comes back to you.
All right. Hey, I appreciate the history lesson and the input. We're going to go to Miss Marlena. She has a hand raised. Marlena, how are you, darling?
I am doing fantastic.
Good seeing you again. Thank you for coming back on with us. Come on, talk to me. What are some of the stereotypes about interracial relationships?
There is so many. I couldn't even tell you. But me personally, no, I'm not down with this world.
You're not down with this world?
No, but anybody that is for it, I mean, I'm not against it. I'm supportive. Myself, absolutely not. I'm pro-black.
You're pro-black?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, Marianne. I see you scratching your head, darling, so I'm assuming you're trying to raise your hand. Come on and talk to me.
No, I was not raising my hand, cousin. However, there's so many ways that we can take this from my perspective. My first boyfriend being Filipino, and then my father stepping in saying that don't bring anybody that's not brown home, basically. So I've heard these things, and him being from a different generation is completely different. Looking at it from his perspective of being born in 1952 and being put through prejudice situations and what is the word I'm looking for, when they integrated these things. So you got your home beliefs, you got what you believe, your peers and things like that. You have so many, and you have so many. But for me, I like chocolate. I like my chocolate.
You like chocolate?
I like chocolate.
And for those that don't know, me and Marianne, we are first cousins. Her dad and my mom are brother and sister. And I've had the same speech from my mom also. So
yes.
And that is definitely a family thing, because her dad told her the same thing that my mom told me. So I definitely get it.
Yeah.
All right. For those who just joined, the question on the table, we're talking about interracial relationships. And the question on the table is, what are some of the stereotypes that you've heard about interracial relationships? Ms. Millie, how you doing, darling?
I'm well. How are you?
All right, so good seeing you again. Come on and talk to me.
Good to be on. Well, I've never dated outside of my race.
What?
No,
Not Miss Millie.
but look at this. I'm considering it now.
Girl,
Okay,
get you
okay.
one.
Why? Miss, I think it's safe to say that Miss Millie, you're in your seasoned years.
I'm
Why?
5.3
5.3.
5.3. All
Why
right
at this
now.
point? Why at this point are you considering it when you didn't consider it before?
because I guess more so because when you look at the African American generation now,
Mhm.
either they are intimidated when they think you are above them. They think I'm not, we're not above anybody. But some people look at you when you got some different things going on in your life and they're
Mhm.
not there. They look at you a different way. Or if some of them look at it as a way to leech on also. So you have to be extra careful in the situation. So I have started considering if the opportunity came, I'll be open to it.
Okay, fair enough. Being open to it. Fair enough. I see, brother JJ, you have your hand raised. Come on and talk to me. What are some of the stereotypes that you've heard about interracial relationships?
Okay. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Come on.
Okay. Miss Millie was on point, and brother Dr. Feelgood was on point. I've been you know what I'm saying.
Interracial. I got you.
Yeah, I got so hype about it. Listen, here, the difference between now and then, as young men, I'm 51.
Okay.
As young men are intimidated by women. First of all, they're scared to talk to them. But the difference between a real woman and knowing what they worth and what they is, they just ain't selling for our bullshit no more.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Amen.
That part.
So
That part right there.
Wait a minute. Raise
said,
your hand. Hold on for a second. Come on now, raise your hand. So you let him get it all out and then raise your hand if you want to respond to it. Come on, JJ.
And with that being said, like sometimes you can feed a dream to a dreamer until Freddy Krueger shows up and turn into a nightmare.
Freddy Krueger. Okay.
For
the younger people on the line, Freddy Krueger is a fictional character that was made up a few years ago by a guy with some long fingernails that'll kill you when you sleep.
Okay,
that was
the
my
question is,
name when I was online.
But the question is, what is the difference?
Mm-hmm.
A black woman, no offense to any race that's on here.
Okay.
A black woman always been a nurturer, powerful. I was raised by a black woman. I'm the only child she had.
Mm-hmm.
My aunts, and you look at black women, they don't take bullshit. Now just me being me, who I am.
Okay. Yeah.
A white girl was more submissive. So I can't tell my sister I'm coming in the house at 5 o'clock and deal with it. Oh no, she's scared to chop me in my throat. But I can tell that white girl fall back and pay and just keep paying the water bill. She's cool with it.
Okay, well, Brother Jay, let me ask this question. Please explain submissive to us. Let's be clear about when you say the white woman was submissive. What does that mean?
Okay, submissive, my definition.
Okay.
Submissive is, I could come in the house right now and say, yo, go in the closet, put in that negligee, put the heels on, this is what I was about to say might be another topic for something else. But you ready to do whatever I ask you to do. Now, sister, hold up now. Wait a minute. Hold up, Jay. Hold up, Jay. I just worked 12 hours. Came home and cooked some smothered pork chops. And changed these kids' stamping. You want me to do what? You lucky if you even get some.
Wow.
See, that's a difference. And then society has it where we black guys, when we start making this money, we get a white woman. NBA.
That's
okay.
true.
But here it is. Do we go get them? Do we go get them because we didn't know not one sister in our life in high school, college, or any other thing? Why we get that for is we so afraid that the sister, and I ain't gonna, now sisters, I'm gonna tell you now, y'all don't take no jump, but 9 out of 10, y'all ain't gonna take our shit, but here it is. You ain't gonna take all my money.
Hmm.
Yeah,
What does that
a
mean?
white girl gonna take exactly what you give her and baby pat you on the ass and get on through before I choke you.
All right. Okay. Now
Sister.
I need a sister. I need a woman to respond to that. Miss Toya. Miss Toya.
Yes,
Come on,
yes.
come on,
Call
come on,
on
talk
me.
to me.
Yes.
Come
Put
on,
me in the
please.
game.
Yes.
Put me
Come
in
on,
the game.
Toya.
Come on, Toya.
Background, please.
Listen, I'm bothered. But anyways, my background is I was married. I was in an interracial marriage for over 20 years. And we were both very young and, very vulnerable. We met in the military and we started off on even playing field, if you will, and we built our way up together. We have 3 beautiful children. We have a grandson, and even still, in our divorce, we are still friends because at the end of the day, we built that life together. So you cannot ever lose sight of what's important, and that's them babies, no matter how old they are, because they're looking at you for an example.
Right.
So I guess my question to you, JJ, is when you say that we would take all your money, can I get some context on that? What do you mean by that?
Absolutely. And the most important thing you said, I might do a lot of joking, but the most important thing you said is y'all built together. So you wasn't submissive to him and he wasn't submissive to you. Y'all was a team.
But they were submissive.
We
Now,
were submissive, so
They
that's where
were
I think you're
submissive if
missing
they
if
were
we
to
were,
each
because,
other. No, they
well,
were
so here's the
submissive
thing. Here's
to
the thing.
each other.
Here's the thing. When everything is right in the world, I'm an alpha female all day, every day. I runs it, okay? But at the end of the day, when it's right, meaning the love, the attitude, the whatever's on your checklist, when all of that is right, an alpha woman will submit to that man. And let me tell you something. I cooked, I cleaned, I had babies naturally. I was in the Navy. I stood my duty, my 12-hour shifts, all of that. Took care of my mother, my father, raised a niece, did all of that. And came home, did the same thing he did, and came home, made dinner, house was never dirty. You would never know I had 4 children and a dog living in my house. So it's all about I think your upbringing and your mindset. Like I said, we were very young, but I had a very sturdy foundation. My grandmothers helped raise me because I was a product of teen parents. And I be damned, my house was never dirty. So I didn't play them games, no matter what job I had. And whatever I did was never really so much contingent upon what he did. I did what needed to be done for those kids.
All right.
Gotcha.
But the submissive part came in where you take care of me, I take care of you. It's a give and a take. It's an even exchange of energy when everything is right. And that's where the submission comes into play.
Okay. You asked me a question. Here's your answer. And listen to yourself again. If you listen with a thirsty ear, a person will tell you everything. You said you were submissive and he was submissive to each other. Y'all was working together to be. Now, here it is. The content of your character tells you everything. What I'm saying is, why? Now, I don't know why people get white girlfriends, but most of your NBA players, NFL players get white women. I mean, it just enough. Not saying sisters are different. I'm just saying sisters, and I don't care what nobody say. I've been in all this stuff and did a lot of things in my life. Sisters is not gonna take what a white girl take.
Okay.
It's not.
All right.
It's not. That's all I'm saying.
Brother Jay, we're going to stop on that point because we want to hear some other voices also. But we appreciate your input. Anthony, I see you got your hand raised. For those who just logged in, the topic of the day is interracial relationships. The question on the table is, what are some of the stereotypes you've heard about interracial relationships? Brother Anson, come on and talk to me.
Well, I've never been in an interracial relationship, so I can't really speak firsthand on it. But I would say that speaking from a black man's standpoint, there's no way that anyone that's not black can relate to me every day. So when I wake up in the morning, I need this black woman to basically relate to me being black
Okay.
when it boils down to it at the end of the day. So if I'm waking up to a Spanish woman or a white woman, well, they can't even comprehend what it's like to be black. So I don't want that person to comfort me
Okay.
on a daily basis
Okay.
because you're just doing it for something that is not centric around being black. In my eyes, I'm blackly black, 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 black. So
That's pretty black. That's like Wesley Snipes black. That's pretty dark right there.
It's triple black.
That's triple black.
I'm about
Okay.
as black as black can be. So
That's
anyway,
under the bed black. That's pretty dark
yeah,
right there.
that's it. The bottom of the pot black. But
All right. All right. Mr. Malik. Mr. Malik. From previous conversations, I think you shared with us that you've had your fair share of experiences with different people around the world.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
shed some light on what are some of the stereotypes you may have heard about interracial relationships?
Well, I heard, not so much heard, what I've actually experienced. I gotta agree with the brother JJ over there. From my experience, they like aggressiveness. And the difference in a brother and a white guy is what the white girl told me was, we tell them what we gonna do tonight. We're gonna say, okay, we're going to Red Lobster, we'll go to the beach, then we're going downtown. A white guy say, Becky, what do you want to do? So the difference is we are more aggressive, assertive, and we set the tone, keyword, for the night. And another thing a white girl told me, I'll never forget, she said, we know how, we got swag. Okay, you know how brothers, y'all got swag. I'm looking at you. They don't have that swag. They don't know how to, excuse my French just a little bit, they don't know how to talk up on no coup de cat. A brother know how to talk up on some coup de cat. And see, the white guy, it's like they wait on the white girl to be assertive in that department. But y'all know how we are. We know how, and y'all sisters know, a brother know how to talk up on some ASS. Okay, so that's my take on that, brother.
Okay, Brother Malik, for clarity, just want to make sure we're clear. Just want to make sure we're clear on what you're saying. Can you please explain what is coup de cat? For some of us that may know.
That's just the PG version of intimacy. You know what I mean?
I know.
That little fur burger down there. How about
Fur burger. Okay.
that?
All right. I just want to make sure everybody understand what we're talking about. All right. Is that
I'm clutching my damn pearls. I'm appalled.
I'm over here hollering.
Zakaya, come on and talk to me.
You take us back. You didn't set us back 50 years. Okay.
No.
Well, let me apologize.
Zakaya, can you hear me?
I don't think she heard.
Okay. All right, Miss Nikki, are you with us?
I sure am.
How are you tonight, darling?
I'm fine. How is everybody?
Wonderful. Thank you for coming on. And the question on the table is, what are some of the stereotypes that you may have heard about interracial relationships?
Being raised in the Washington, D.C. area, where typically, I may, if somebody wants to correct me, that's fine, but I was born and raised there. The African-American men always wanted to have either the white woman or a very light-skinned woman. So my skin tone, even though I may not be darker than dark, I was considered dark then. So to me, it was always the stereotype. I mean, the status. Getting a white woman means you made it. You made it to the top, and you've been accepted, which I really don't believe is true.
Okay, so you if I'm understanding you correctly, you prefer someone of your own race, so?
Yes, I do. And also in the previous with everyone talking about the having the talk from the parents, don't bring anybody in here unless they're the same color as you. I got the same talk for my dad because he was raised in North Carolina. So
Okay. So me, you, and Marianne, we must be cousins. We must be related at some point.
yes,
Somewhere down the line, we gotta get offline and talk about our family tree because we might all be cousins.
yes, I think so. I think we're all related somehow.
Okay. All right. Miss Brooks, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. Thank you for coming on, logging in from California, correct?
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you for coming on. Give us your take on stereotypes you may have heard about interracial relationships.
Well, I am a stereotype, right? So,
Okay.
but for the reasons why I don't know why I'm attracted to a dark Black man, I don't know. I think I probably need to explore that other than, you know, maybe my dad is, right?
Okay.
But I would definitely be open to some additional swirl in my life.
Some additional swirl.
Sure.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Feel
All right.
like love is love, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love is love. And sometimes you can't help who you fall in love with. Doesn't matter the shade, but we know our society shows us something different. We may be treated in a different way. Me as a Black man, if I walk into a restaurant with someone that's not my race, I know that I'm going to get certain stares or looks, especially if I'm in Atlanta or a place like DC, like Miss Nikki was saying, or even here in Florida. You know, you're gonna get a certain look from the sisters. I can see Dr. Fabulous cutting her eyes right now, talking about
No,
he wrong.
I believe
He know he
Rick.
wrong for doing that. He wrong.
No. I feel that this is the way I look at it. I feel like if you're with that person, as long as she looking the part, if she's stepping hard and you looking wonderful and she looking wonderful, step on. Because that's the way I do.
What does she look like? She from the trailer park.
Oh, I'm gonna say
You
now
don't
he
need to be with her.
he could have done better. He could have done better.
Especially, but sister's gonna say that anyway.
Not necessarily. You don't have to hate no more because it's enough people out there to love. If he walked in the restaurant and he had like a homeless person on his shoulder, forgive me, God, but and she didn't look up to par, I would say, well, you know what? Love is blind. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right. Well, we want to hear from is that William? I can't see your name.
Well, it's Levita raising my hand.
Levita,
But
I'm sorry. Come on, Levita.
I think that's the thing. It's like we are not blind when it comes to differences in relationships, period. And until we get to the point where we just see people as people and we don't judge them for the way they look, the way they dress, and we just truly accept people for who they are and say, oh, those two people are together, they must be in love. That's not how we view, that's not as a society how we view relationships in general.
Right.
To give you a little bit of background about me, I've been with women before for a very long time. In fact, we had a baby together and 24 years later, now we're together. So go figure. But I've also dated white men. And the thing with me, I was open to dating white guys, but being, you know, how you look at how you're raised, your culture, and I felt it was okay to date, but I didn't feel comfortable enough to say, yes, I will take this to the next level. And I had proposals and everything, but there are differences. We all have differences, whether it pertains to ourselves and how we view other relationships. And we're just not at the point to just look at people for just people in general.
Okay, well, Ms. Levita, first of all, thank you so much for giving us this information. And you should have been on about a month ago because we had a great conversation about same-sex relationships and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to definitely ask you to come back because we might circle back around to that particular conversation. Thank you so much for that information. Okay, I want to, Ms. Toya.
Yes.
Are you with me? I want to come back to you because there's a question I really wanted to ask you.
Okay.
The question is, would you marry someone that your family or friends didn't approve of due to their race? You said to us earlier that you were married to someone that's not of your race. The question is, did your family give you any pressure, any kind of pushback because of different races?
Oh, absolutely.
What was some of the, if you don't mind me asking, what were some of the conversations that were said?
Well, because the biggest stereotype is that, Levita and I just had this conversation the other day. The biggest stereotype I think that most people, including my family, have is that, oh, a white guy is different, or a Puerto Rican guy is different, but like I told her, a man is a man all day, every day. We are all raised differently, of course. We all have different values and moral systems, of course, because that comes from our parents or whomever is raising us. But at the end of the day, he was still a man, and I got to know him, and we were friends. And we had a very, very close bond, and he just made me feel safe. And that's what it's all about. And so, my grandmother, when she was alive, God rest her soul, ooh, she had a lot to say. She had a lot to say. But what I really took out of all of our conversations was that, she was old school. She was born in the 30s, so she went through what she went through.
Right.
And she did not want me to get hurt, not from him, but from society.
Gotcha.
From society. And her biggest thing to me was, you better make sure what you doing good. That's what you better make sure what you doing good.
Right.
This ain't no joking.
Okay.
So that was the biggest thing.
Okay.
And that was the biggest thing.
Did he have good credit?
He didn't have any credit. He didn't have any credit.
Because, and I'm asking that question.
Nor did I.
When you talking with about interracial relationships, and the running joke is, if a white woman gets with a black man, the first thing he's gonna do is mess up your credit. And so, we flip that with the black woman with the white man. The question is, did he have good credit?
He didn't have any. Like I said, we started from the bottom and worked our way up, and we scripted and scraped and figured it out and made every financial mistake known to man, but we are better today because of it. And we learned together, we grew together. So I guess my situation isn't the typical situation, but it is one that I think a lot can be learned from, because we did everything together. He didn't have nothing, and I didn't have nothing. And well, he had a car and I had a car because we were in the military. And then we got together and we built up. So that was it.
Awesome. Okay, Miss Levita, you still got your hand raised?
Well, this time it's me.
Okay, Mr. William, come on, talk to me.
You had made the comment or a joke earlier about, light skin, dark skin. We stereotype our own selves, not even realize it. You might see a fair skinned female with a dark skinned guy or vice versa. We look at it, she must have been mixed. She had white in her family. This is stuff that we're taught, not just in the household, but on the news, on in school, and radio. But if you come from the islands, regardless, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, guess what they are? African.
That's right.
Excellent point. Excellent point. All right.
So until we stop stereotyping ourselves, we will never get past that hurdle. I mean, I understand about the white person, European. Trust me, I've been there, done that. It's not because they're white. It's because of the understanding.
Hello.
We don't relate.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So until we get past that, we still going to be, this is 2022. We shouldn't even be in a conversation like this. I'm glad we're doing it, but we shouldn't even have conversations like that.
You're absolutely right. And it's funny you say that. Well, I do have two questions for you guys. William, are you guys, you and Levita, are y'all married?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
That's a little hint. That's a little hint.
Elbow, William, elbow. I'm elbowing you.
Okay. Okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't ask that question.
Oh no,
but even like with myself, I come from a Puerto Rican, I come from a Jamaican, and a Sicilian background.
Okay.
So he is the product of interracial.
If you look at all three, in the eyes of the United States and the eyes and the census, I am either other, or I'm either Hispanic without black thing, whatever. But if you really look at the truth of it, I'm African American all the way through.
The question I was going to have for you is, if you were stopped by the cops,
they're going to look at me and say, I'm a black dude. They ain't going to say, oh, you're Hispanic or you're this or that. You see what I'm saying?
How you sign your application?
The same way.
JJ, did you have your hand raised?
I'm other.
Put black or it says other, depending on how it states it. Just to mess around with them, I just put
Yeah, I
up.
got my hand raised.
Okay. Well, we're gonna thank you for that, William. We're gonna go to JJ and then we're gonna go to Dr. Fabulous.
Ladies before me. I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
I'm
I
just
ain't got no problem. With the lady from DC, even though I might talk slick, I did a lot of things in my life. I have a mentorship now. I took 8 kids out of my pocket to Washington, DC. And you know what they saw? They saw what you're talking about. I took them to an all-black college, Howard. And when they came out, it was a beautiful black girl that was a doctor in there. You know what they said? One of the guys said, "Oh, black doctors, like society has it." And like another young lady said, society has it where you have became when you have a white woman. But here it is. I was taught in Florida, because I stayed in Florida, which I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey. But when I was taught in Florida, a Spanish guy told me, to that brother that's Spanish, you know what he told me? You know when you become? When you could sit down and smoke a cigar. It wasn't about the woman, it was about you. And back to what it's saying, the #1 speech known to man and woman today is by Martin Luther King. One day my kids will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. So if you love that person, whether they white, green, Puerto Rican, or blue, that's you. But society will make you feel uncomfortable. If you gay, society will make you feel that ain't right. But if you love that person, me per se, I love women all day, every day. But I'm not here to knock nobody, because I can't judge you for who you love. But society will have us saying it ain't right. Like that brother said, he got 3 generations in him.
Yeah.
And here it is. You never do dirt to anybody, because you never know when you'll have to come back to dig the grave.
Amen. All
right. Hey, brother Jay, thank you for that input.
Sorry, y'all.
A quick note. We're gonna ask that everyone put their go on mute, because we're getting a lot of background noise. So unless you want to make a comment, we're gonna ask that you go on mute. And also, when we look at the census of black and white and what's the majority and what's the minority, interracial relationships, interracial people from mixed races is going to be the majority by supposedly by year 2035. Right now in America, white is the majority, but because of so many interracial relationships and the production of mixed babies and mixed children, that will be the majority by year 2035. That's what it's predicted to be. So when you look in certain communities, in African-American communities, you're going to see a lot of family care plan centers there where they're asking you to go on birth control. When you look in certain white communities, you're going to see a lot of fertility clinics, because they're still trying to put out more pure white babies. And in the black communities, they're telling us to stop, to suppress that, and to not do that. So please keep that in mind. Dr. Fabulous, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic to you. Come on and talk to us.
I just wanted to tell you all, this is the athletes made it.
You can't hear you.
Goodness, did I mute myself?
There you go. I got you now. Come on.
You got me?
I got you.
Okay. They said the athletes had made it once they had a white woman. Baby, they never made it until they had a Dr. Fabulous. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to something. But anyway, to my man, Mr. William, I can understand when you say the race and how the races are racist toward one another, because my dad, as a matter of fact, kind of looked like you, William. We might be a little cousin somewhere up in here. And my mom was that old pretty chocolate girl. And my dad took her home to his family, and they asked him, "What you do stepping up in here with this old black gal?" And I just always, and it's so funny to me when I hear people say that, because my aunts and my grandmother, they took me as a little child to look at my ears to distinguish what color I was going to be. So I thought that was real funny when I heard you say that. But let it be known now, nobody's made it until you get a what? A Dr. Fabulous. That's it.
All right. Okay. Well, Dr. Fabulous, you said they check the ears with like a pit bull or something. I never heard that one before.
They check your ears to see if your ears are dark, whether or not you were going to grow up to be a dark child, or if your ears were of a, let's say, a pecan tan, or you know.
That is absolutely true.
And they said when I grew up, they was like, thank God she wasn't the color of her mama. And I was like, wow, that was some deep stuff back then.
All right. Okay. With Troy Belton, Troy B, come on, talk to me. What's your thoughts on this?
Go on and smile for him, Troy.
Hey, good evening, everybody. This is my first time on here, so I'm smiling and laughing. I laugh a lot. Just the conversation is great. Just what you said, Dr. Fabulous. Yeah, they look at the top of the ear.
Yeah.
Absolutely, the top of the ear. That's absolutely true. I've heard that too. One thing that I wanted to add to the conversation is, having lived in different countries, the United States is a whole nother animal. A whole other animal. In this country, it's about race. Period, point blank, from start to finish. Everything hinges on race. For me, just like William said, for me, you are who you identify as. Regardless of what society sees. And it depends on where you are, how you're treated. Because every place doesn't treat the people the same way. So for me, it's about how you identify, and you have to be strong within yourself, living in this society, to know that. And that's all I have.
All right. Hey, Troy Belton, me and Troy have been friends over 30 plus years. He has definitely been a mentor, a big brother to me, and I appreciate this guy so much. And he made a great point as far as living outside of this country. I've had the opportunity to live in Germany for 3 years, and he's absolutely right. You stand out, but society is a little different in different countries. I know he's been out of the country as well, and so he's had different experiences about that. So at this point in time, we're going to turn the mic over to Dr. Fabulous. She got some questions that she want to ask. Dr. Fabulous, it's on you. Come